Hi class, Dr. Miller here. Congratulations on completing your first 3 weeks of HCAD401. If you're missing any work from weeks 1 through 3, make sure you submit those as soon as possible. It will reduce your late penalties, and we really want to see where you're sitting in the class so that we can make sure that you're successful and that you're meeting your academic goals. Now in week 4, our focus is going to be on third-party payers. Let's take a look at the materials for this week. Here is your overview. We're going to analyze third-party payers. Insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid are really part of the heart and soul of making sure that our healthcare systems run. I know it says it's been part of daily reimbursement that began over 200 years ago. It actually started coming out of World War I. The decision was made by a group of teachers. They set up the first insurance, which then morphed into what we call the Blues, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and here we are now. We're also going to learn a little bit about managed care organizations and other care plans. So let's move on and check out your learning material this week. So in week 4, let's open this up. We have chapters 5, 6, and 7. A lot of reading out of the e-textbook. So make sure you're starting that early. There are 3 optional readings: NHE fact sheet. There's an article, The Next Phase in the Implementation of Value-Based Healthcare. If you can only read, I really recommend this particular one, adding patient-relevant cost drivers to existing outcome measure sets. And then also, because I know this is near and dear to the hearts of almost all of our students, mobilizing the U.S. military's TRICARE program for value-based care, report from the Defense Health Board. Your assignments this week. Oops, we're going to get past these PowerPoint presentations. Your assignments or your deliverables this week. First, you have a PowerPoint presentation. You're going to create a 8 to 10 PowerPoint slide, really a 10 to 12 if we include the title and the reference slides. So that 8 to 10 is content, not your title or your references. You are going to explain the differences between Medicare and Medicaid. You're going to explain the differences in eligibility. You're going to explain the CHIPS program and insights on how governmental plans differ from private insurance and reimbursement differences. Okay. Again, the 8 to 10 slides do not include title or reference slides. And remember that PowerPoint presentations are visual. Okay, so as you are creating this PowerPoint slides, you do not want all of your content on the slides, because why would you do that? They don't need you. They don't need you as a presenter if you've got tons and tons of text on the slides, right? Your PowerPoint slides really should be bullet points with your content in the speaker notes. Okay. And then you want visuals, you want graphics, you want color, you want, I always recommend use tables, or even better, use like pie charts, bar graphs, things that are describing the differences. So if you wanted to include a slide that described the use of third-party payers, private third-party payers versus Medicare and Medicaid, how many people are using them? You could do that in a bar graph and explain and showing the millions of people that use each. You're going to find that in your research, right? So make it visually appealing to your audience. All right. And this is where you will upload it. Next, you have your midterm exam. You've got 2 hours to complete it. So make sure that you are reviewing chapters 1 through 7 in your e-textbook before you start your midterm exam. You don't have a discussion board this week, so make sure that you're starting your reading first. Get that reading done, your PowerPoint presentation, and then when you start your midterm exam, know that you've got 120 minutes. So make sure you've got a big enough block of time where you can be someplace where you can focus, where it's quiet. You've got a nice solid internet connection and access to your e-textbook, right? If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and have a great week.